Hi, I'm Lorianne Tall, and this is about an invasion of my privacy and also about a use of politics, I think, to harass me. On February 25th, a politician from the Los Angeles Democracy Club knocked on my door, and he presented a card to me with his name. It turns out he's a lawyer, and I looked him up later. It turns out he's also a reverend. Stapleton, I believe, is his name, and this is his card. And on the back of the card was this image of this event, Michael Fiore, who's running for mayor. The date is February 20th. Please note I said the guy knocked on my door on February 25th. I live in a building with no doorman, but in order to get in, you have to go through a locked door. You have to be buzzed in, or you have to be lucky enough to let someone let you in. The manager of my building, when I called her and told her that a politician knocked on the door, I could tell she was angry. She knew. I don't know if the politician knocked on her door too, or, well, did you knock on anybody else's door in the building? He knew whose door he was knocking on. I have no interest whatsoever in hanging out with lawyers or Now, unless you're a lawyer and you want to help me sue ABC, Disney, and SAG-AFTRA, I want nothing to do with you. And I have no intention of voting for anybody in this state of California, considering, in fact, as far as I'm concerned, the state of California doesn't care about the fact that my rights were violated. They don't care about the fact that I was run off the Santa Monica College campus on a lie, the compliments of Carrie Finkley, that I had one class to finish a film certificate, but apparently I need to know that I was a problem on sets. A straight A student from the East Coast who was Phi Beta Kappa and Mensa, and I was a problem. I don't do drugs. I don't do LSD. I don't show up to set drunk. Yeah, really nice. I'm sorry, the real reason I'm not allowed on sets anymore is because I'm not blonde and beautiful and willing to spread my legs for everyone in town. I'm a monogamous, and I also would rather be alone than be with the wrong person. So, yeah, I'm not actually obsessed with anybody. For a while, I actually thought I had to tell people I liked somebody, and I did tell people I liked somebody just so they would not be interested. In other words, every time I would bring up Blake Shields on set, say, oh, this guy asked me out once, it was to basically say, I'm looking for something else. I'm not looking for you. It wasn't that I was looking for Blake Shields. It was just I was looking for something that wasn't in front of me. And people don't understand. Because it always seems to me like we women have to be interested in somebody or we get bothered. It's like I must be unavailable, attached, or interested in somebody else. Otherwise, a guy won't take the word no. Like, I spent 20 minutes on a set having a Jewish guy tell me he was going to go out with me. Or why I should date him. And me constantly saying no, 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 no. And the same guy has harassed me in my neighborhood, shouting at me from his car. And he was a guy who worked with me on the set of Grey's Anatomy, which shoots about 10 blocks from my house. So having this politician knock on my door, I want to know really if he really knocked on my door because he was just random. Did Crabtree Island have him knock on my door? Did Shonda Rhimes? Because it just seemed weird to me that this guy was not only a lawyer, but also a Protestant. Guess what, people? I hate my parents' church. I left it when I was 18. I converted to Catholicism at Catholic University Law School. I went through the process. I have been a Catholic the entire time. I mean, I am so angry. Will the state of Maryland wake up to the fact that I'm not the same person my parents wanted me to be? Like, this has been insane. I'm the one who's being called delusional and crazy. You guys are all living in my past instead of living in my now. Right now, I am a secular Buddhist. And if I were to go back to believing in a God, I would go back to probably to being a Catholic before I would become a Protestant. Understand? I have never called myself a WASP in my entire life. I had a choice in the matter of what church I went to, with abusive, narcissistic, controlling parents who wouldn't let me make a choice for myself. Most kids in this country don't get the right to decide what religion they want to be in until they turn 18. They're stuck with whatever religion their parents believe in. And yet we're supposed to have separation of church and state and, in essence, freedom of religion. I am not my parents. I was not born ethnically a WASP. Thank you very much, though, for Twitter, for telling everybody who I was, who my parents are when I was 18, what I grew up as. Something that was in my past, something I have no friends from my parents' church. None. I don't remember anybody I went to church with. I remember people I went to high school with, but not anybody I went to church with. I have no friends from that period of my life. And I certainly don't want to hang out with some politician who is a pastor, who's a lawyer. I mean, I went to Catholic law school. Hello? And I even told my boss at Catholic law school, because I worked for a religious freedom committee, that I had problems with my parents' religion. I didn't like it. If I can't be an actor, I'm not going to be happy. That's true about who I am as a person. And I should have the right to say that and be honest. Because part of being a Buddhist is not lying. And I'm not going to lie to myself. And I'm not going to lie to other people and say I'm happy when I'm not. You know, it's one thing to be like, well, you can be happy no matter what. If the objective of Buddhism is to find a way to be happy, then you need to understand that without acting, I will never be happy. Without the ability to be creative, artistic, to express my feelings and emotions, I would rather be in an acting class than on a date. So listen to this. Listen, I recorded the conversation. I know California has these things called rights of privacy, and that recording people's conversations without their consent is illegal. However, this was in the hallway to my apartment, and this is a politician. And I want the public to be aware of what this guy talks about, because in my opinion, he's full of BS. He's telling me he's going to dinner with someone he claims is in the entertainment industry, but then I looked the guy up. Does this guy work for a major studio? Is he SAG-AFTRA? Is he in a union that is with the industry? I don't think so. I don't need harassment anymore, Michael Fleur. I want to sue whoever sent this guy to knock on my door. I want to sue SAG-AFTRA. I want to see Duncan Crabtree Ireland. I want to sue Jordan Marks. I do not have an STD, Cheryl Stewart. I mean, seriously. If you have an STD, I'm sorry for you. But if you indicated information about my friends that were not true in order to convince me to tell you I had herpes when I don't have herpes, and I told you I didn't have herpes, and I was being honest about that. I never lied about any of it. I didn't curse out people on the set. There's a part of me that's wanted to. I've recorded this 20 times because I want to totally curse out the lawyers and politicians in this town. You protected Santa Monica College, who ruined me after I'd spent 10 years there because I wanted to work in the industry. Apparently, I need to know that I'm not capable of being in the industry because I wasn't born here or I didn't go to USC. Well, if USC has anything to do with the way I was treated at Santa Monica College, then I'd like to be able to sue USC too. Because I have been harassed and abused too many times by USC graduates because of Jordan Marks. Hell, I was abused at Deadwood the season after Jordan and I had our one-night stand thing. I started being sexually harassed on that set, and I think it might have been because of Jordan. Jordan, you were lucky to get in my pants, because there are not that many men who could say that they had the privilege of doing that. And from what I remember of that night, though, I don't know what you look like from the waist down. I never touched you from the waist down. And I think I passed out on you, which is why you accused me the next day of being gay and got mad at me. I wasn't that into you, darling, and you know it. And the real reason if you're the one starting, I don't have any proof directly that you had anything to do with this. But if you did, a blonde-haired kid stomped on my toe in 2009 at the Next Stage Theater, and I think it might have been you, Jordan. In which case, you were the one who attacked me or had someone attack me. I didn't physically attack you. And I certainly didn't do anything except for maybe bruise your fucking ego. Okay. Oh.
Hi, Laura.
Hi. How did you notify me here?
You're registered to vote.
Yeah, I am, but I like to keep most of my mail goes to my P.O. box because I had a stalker. So,
that's not good.
No, and he's running for Attorney General, correct? Or he did?
Your stalker?
No, Mike Raffarer.
He's running.
And I'm sorry, I'm not
mayor,
wearing a
actually.
mask. I apologize.
No worries.
I've been vaxxed.
I do it for other people. So.
I have an autoimmune disease, so I'm grateful you do it. But I'm vaxxed and boosted.
Okay.
So
wow.
Okay.
Wow.
He's running for. Is he running for
mayor?
For mayor now.
City of LA mayor. Yes.
See, he shut down. I'm an actor. I came here to California for acting.
Yes.
I also have a law degree.
from
Really?
Catholic University Law School, but I don't practice. I quit in 2002 because I hated it. And my
Me
union.
too.
You too?
I also have a law degree, but I also did not enjoy the atmosphere of practicing law.
Yeah, and I don't like
Too many
politics.
crazy people.
And I don't like politics either because there's too many liars. Too many deceptive people, too many power players. I spent 10 years in DC going to Catholic law
Really?
school.
Okay.
Yeah, and some of the guys I went to law school with were more, even at the law student level, were cared more about winning elections on the campus than they did about doing the right thing. And it
Yes.
got a little nasty. Like Catholic law school when I first started was a nice place to be. But by my last year, I think it was a generational thing, like the generation behind me cared more about winning. And it was kind of disgusting to watch because the year before me, the person who graduated before I did, were the kind of people who wanted to make, like one guy I met could have been the next Kennedy, but he didn't have enough money for run for office.
Wow.
But then the year behind me was more like, we're going to win and we don't care we hurt. So, yeah, and he shut down all the casting associate workshops, which...
Really?
Well, you see, the thing is, there was this big thing about, quote, the casting workshops, I guess, taking advantage of the system somehow, or charging people not for classes, but in order to get work. But it's like, it was kind of weird to me because there are directors in this town